Hello water peeps, welcome to Miss Melly Flows. I'm Melanie Florence. This is my Vibe Life channel to share my vibe. So I'm doing the monthly hot tea for November, so to see what we've got going on. So I'm going to do the five line spread with the 5 for how we got here, 4 for our healing elements, 3 for our practical application to the world, how it applies, 2 for our partnerships, and 1 for our self-love. I've picked some other November-y, Scorpio-y sort of decks so I can pull another couple of cards out of them. So these are a general reading. I hope that they resonate with you. If you're after a personal reading, I do them. You can book through Miss Melly Flow, my Facebook page. I have been reading tarot for 25 years. So I've been reading the Greenwood Tarot, which is where I do most of my bulk of my readings from and connect everything, all the cards to it. So it's a really natural element sort of deck, which is why I guess I lean to doing natural elements. So I do fire, air, water, earth, you know, Captain Planet sort of readings. I also have some specialty readings out there, my hot tea menu with a chilled tea on it, my tea menu. So there are other readings out there, and I'm going to do a bit of a witchy, Old Hallowed Eve reading as well. So I put those out on Old Hallowed Eve on Halloween. So without further ado, I'm going to pull a card from another few of the decks that I've got laying here on the table. I'm going to start with the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. I really tuned to this deck. It sort of did go with my Greenwood deck really easily, but I'm looking for old kingdom stuff, that wisdom, that old wisdom that was before we got complicated, and see if we can redefine it into our futures. So that's where I'm at with those. So this. Ooh, thank you. Mountain Goddess, high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. Alright, so when we climb that mountain, we get to sit at the top. We've got this high vibration. We can see what we survey. We can see what we've done. We can see, you know, we've got mindfulness and the power of the mind in there. It's a place to sit and know what you survey, and look at the stars and the power of the mind. So you are the mountain. You are that strength inside of you, water people. That's really great. Okay. So, I have picked a Ancients, Divination of the Ancients deck. So, this is by Barbara, I can't even say that, Majeka John Free. Anyway, so this is the Divination of the Ancients. I'm no good with names of people I actually know, let alone remembering deck names. So, let's pull it. So this deck is actually about the different types of divination. It's the different types of way that we may get messages from the universe or the higher self. You know, something to look into. So far, I've had handwriting, authenticity, higher reading, and then feathers. So let's see what we've got for the water peeps. What have we got for you to tune into? Oracle and the wisdom. So, we can see this a few different ways. There's a few different ways to get an oracle. So you may want to get insight from a reading who is a reader, and get insight from an oracle and somebody. But this is also looking at all of these different oracle cards, and you can use crystal ball. You can see that crystal ball. But this is looking for that wisdom. So this ancient wisdom inside of us. So power of the mind. So you might be your own oracle. You might be able to, you know, really see the signs and symbols of all of the different things around you and be able to pull them together and sort of see how they connect inside of your life. Like, my cat's name's Oracle. Because my brother typed and said, she's adorable. And it auto-corrected and said, she's an oracle. And so I was like, I better have the cat. Let's call her Oracle. So we have an oracle. So the next card I have got is the Untethered Soul. So this is a bit of a Taoist, Eastern religion sort of deck. It looks at things a different way. And so let's open that up. Let's be a little bit, open up our spiritual mind. What have you got for us for the water peeps in November? Water peeps in November. So, come on. I did this before. It's like, I'll wait, you know, a minute. I won't wait a minute. I'm not going to shuffle for a minute. But let's see what we got. So I bought this jacket. I bought this a few months ago, and it was getting too warm because, you know, it's a really thick sort of jacket. I got it from a place called Dracula's Clothing, and they're out of Czechoslovakia. Fantastic. And today got cold enough, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to jump that on and wear that for my readings today. So you get my special jacket, which I haven't been able to wear anywhere. So what have we got here? What if it's really true that God is not judging? What if God is loving? What if you're judging yourself too hardly? What if God is never judging like that? What if God is loving? What if? What if we're judging ourselves? What if we're not loving ourselves enough? And that's the whole point, is to resonate that love. What if it's really true that God is not judging? Alright, let's sit with that for a minute, water people. Maybe you're judging yourself too hard. Alright, so I'm also going to take one card from Rebecca Campbell's, what's this one called? The Starseed Oracle. Have both Workulite and Starseed alternating in these readings today. But you're getting the Starseed, water peeps. What have we got? One card from the Star Peep. Every time I say that, it's like two cards are going to jump out. One card just totally turned itself over. Two cards just totally turned themselves over. Surprise! Alright, baby steps. Actions follow your intuition before it makes sense. Baby steps. Follow your intuition. Sometimes you need to take the steps to walk the path. So you need to take a few steps forward. So, baby steps. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I started Jack Treehouse this year, Jack's Treehouse and this page, and I've really taken them seriously because I really want a business and I want to be able to do a few things that I love in my life. And so I didn't know exactly what I had to do, but what I did know is that I needed to start. And so with my jackstreehouse.com, check out the page. I don't know where that's going, but I want to share my stories and I want to share my photos. I don't know exactly where Miss Melly's flow is going to go, but I'm going to follow the flow and see where it goes. So you've got to follow your intuition and you've got to take baby steps. One step forward, one step after the other. Even in our darkest hours, if we can trust ourselves and not judge ourselves, one step after the other with love, and we can get forward. So we've got a portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. The wild card. Look at that. Doors are opening. And you know it. You're the mountain goddess. You're of a high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind, oracle and wisdom. It's all coming through to you. Love yourself. Take baby steps. Take baby steps. That's so fun. I've shuffled these cards enough, but look at this. See this baby steps? See the baby steps? See the portal? See the portal? That's amazing. See the portal? Baby steps. Follow your intuition. It'll lead you. It'll lead you through. Wow, I've shuffled this deck enough for those not to be sitting together as a pair. Wow. I'm just going to put them here, over here on the side, because I'm really loving that. That's amazing. So I'm going to turn this down. So I'm going to show you the 5 lines to how we got here. And we're going to use the Greenwood Tarot, which is my go-to deck. It's my traditional path. I will see you on the other side. We'll see what we've got. Let's see what the challenges are and what brought us here in the first place. We'll start there. Alright, water people, thank you for coming on the journey on my page for my YouTube. This is endurance. So this is the senses. This is really having to step in and, you know, sit in your cave and enjoy what you've got and know the sanctuary of where you are. You know, this endurance is really about being patient and weathering the storm. There's been a storm going on this year and a lot of things get thrown and people have been watching themselves and watching other people. This is really about sitting back, letting the storm past you. No fuss, just sitting in there with your senses. So we come from the step before being the 4 being protection into this endurance card. So, got them upside down. Let's roll with it anyway though. So, doesn't really matter. The energies come as they're meant to. So we've got this is the world changing. This is, you know, our wheel of fortune. This is how everything turns over from day to night, from season to season. We roll over from one side to the other. Sometimes we're on top, sometimes we're on the bottom. What this card really talks about is you are in control of what you let go of and what you add. You add your colours, and when it's time and somebody passes on and moves on, you let go. Sometimes you move past the phase, you let go. Sometimes you start a new hobby, you add another colour. Like, these are parts of ourselves inside of the wheel as it's turning. It's been big this year. The wheel and the world tree kept on turning up. Being a bit frustrated though. We're throwing around all these ideas. There's a lot of ideas. This is an I don't know how. We're not hitting our target. I'm not exactly getting there. Not exactly making, but I'm still throwing these arrows around. So I'm still, you know, this could be still shooting ideas out. This frustration can be, get all the ideas out. Sometimes going too far is better. When I planned my trips overseas, my last one, I sort of did a lot of research and then pulled it back. Sometimes having a lot of ideas sometimes explores what the options are and what they're not. So, but throwing a few ideas around there. You're getting frustration. There might be talk, there might be bad talk going on, but really it's about ideas and frustration. I love lists when it comes to the air. When it comes to the air chart. Alright, so we've also been healing. This is a physical healing time. Maybe this year you've actually decided to take some meditation, take some relaxation, get some connection. This is a connectivity, and you can see this connectivity. You can see it flowing through from here, from our spirit, higher self, into our root chakra, where the ancient is guiding it there. That root chakra, the healer, the shaman is healing. This is taking time out. This is taking time out physically. You may have actually taken some time to actually to deal with the physical ailment this year, and that's where we're here. We're healing. All right, one more card for this row of how we got here. Physical challenge. This has been a physical challenge. So we're talking about how we make our money. We're talking about, you know, taking on the world and taking on, you know, new projects, new ideas, and really putting ourselves out there. So after you've gone through this healing, you're also being physically challenged as well together. So this could have been a physically challenging time. You really have been going through a bit of endurance inside of here. For some reason I keep getting knee. But it could be that you've really hurt yourself and it's been a bit of a physical challenge in here, which has been frustrating as this wheel has turned. And we're just having to endure. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of stones on the table already here in this challenge, in this what came to hero. Alright, what's our healing element? What do we got? Spark of life. Kapow! Alright, this is a new beginning. This is a time for you to take on your faith and your passion and your love. This might be a new romantic or a new passionate relationship. That this is a new passionate beginning that we jump into. Alright, good. We're believing our spirit and our faith and our fire. Alright, water peeps. What else have we got? Communicating that passionate new beginning. Alright, you may have a fire, an air element person around you, feminine energy, but this is really about communicating our love and communicating our thoughts and being able to communicate our passion, our passion and what we've been going through in a good way, communicating our new beginning. This is a healing element. This is great. This is great. Air, water people. Alright, water picks. What else we got? Alright, healing. Oh, look at that together. Alright, when court cards lay together, quite often I usually say that the element usually has got to do with you. So even if you were masculine, feminine, I would still say, if you were a man, that this would be communicating in a more feminine, loving sort of way. Alright, but when we have court cards lie together, you know what that means? It usually means that there's two people sort of related in here. So we have a passionate new beginning with a woman who's communicating herself and a man that is actually passionate and mature and is taking this mature, passionate sexual energy and drive and involved in their spirit. This is a good coupling. This is interesting. What else we got as our healing element? Whoa. What else we got as our healing element? Water peeps, sorry. Dedication. So all these frustrations and these arrows that were thrown everywhere previously, here we have them all pulled together in the 9. The 9 is about dedication. So the step after this is about instruction. You become the master or you become instructed again. You're at the end, the 1, or you're at the 0, the beginning of the air cycle. This card is dedication of the mind. This is being dedicated to the things that you've discussed. This is being dedicated to your endeavors. This is being dedicated to your courses, your work, you know, fulfilling those sort of things and getting them all out. If you're writing a book, this is finishing a book. You know, this is really taking time to be dedicated to your mind, though, and really pulling in those ideas and not letting them sort of filter off everywhere. All right, how are we going to apply it to the world? 3 cards. Let's go. All right, water peeps. How do we apply it to the world in November? Happy birthday to the Scorpions watching. Water peeps. So, this is how we're going to apply it. This is our dreams. This is nurtured. This is wishy-washy. It doesn't have to be black and white. Everybody's like, it's black and white. I'm like, I don't see it as black and white. I see it as this incandescent glow. This silver nurturing spot where you can sort of look at what you think is wrong and right and remove yourself from the black and white and sort of dream, this fertile dream in here and this watery passion. This is a water sign element. This is a water application. This is applying yourself, this passionate new beginning and your expression through this moon. Be dreamy. Express your emotions inside of this. Alright, water peeps. This is really good for November. Alright, water peeps. What else have we got for November? What else have we got for November? Oof, this keeps coming up. This is not a drama element. This is the rest of the water element. This is the resting card. This is a rest in our emotions. We're sort of recycling. We're sort of going through, you know, what that emotional new beginning and that attraction is and what our joy is. And we're sort of just filtering over those things, stopping for a second and sort of reassessing. So boredom doesn't necessarily mean I hate this. It just means I'm a bit bored with this. It's not a drama. It's a rest period inside of our emotions, inside of this. So you can do this dreaming without like being like overly like I don't know, revved up by it, I guess. It's a safe space to dream from. Alright. Which is interesting sitting between these two cards after we've gone, this is really passionate, that there might be a bit of a break sitting here maybe. Maybe at the moment in November you'll see that there's a bit of a step back and a little bit of a break. So it's not about being so pushed forward. It's been challenging. You've been healing. This is a remove from that challenge. Alright, one more for how we got, for how we apply. And this is a water. These are water messages. This is beautiful. So this is expressing our love from a really sweet place that isn't agitated. You know, expressing our dreams from a really sweet place that isn't like all drama. And so I really see that this combination of our dedication has calmed down all of those insecurities and the frustrations that we were seeing back in there. How we got into here, and you've really spent time healing yourself, challenging that, taking on the world that we now live in. You know, it's changed, so we have, and there's a dedication and there's something new. So you're going to get messages and inspiration, a little bit of wisdom, insight. What if it's really true that God is not judging? What if God is loving? Messages of love. You'll feel like water people. Interesting. Water people, there's a lot of water in this, like what's coming, how are you going to apply it? Surprise. Two cards for our relationships. Seeing what we've got sitting here. This could be fun. Let's see what we've got. How are we going to apply all of our relationships? How do we approach relationships? Ooh, the shaman, the magician. The Gemini, this is a real expression of bringing your heaven to earth. You can manifest anything from this position. We've been healing ourselves. You spent time with the shaman. You spent time taking, you know, like taking it in and really reconnecting inside of this turn when you've gone through this endurance, what you went through while you're waiting. This is really, you know, this magician can manifest on the plane into our worldly plane. Gemini is also the lovers, so this is a manifestation though. This is being able to bring your heaven to earth and be able to bring it to real, make it real. Alright, one more. What do we got for our partnerships? Partnerships, magic. Ooh. There's a little bit of jealousy going on in here. Again, this is a really interesting card, particularly if it's in partnerships or the self-love position. Alright, so I keep reminding that this is getting to the heart of the matter. Quite often there's three parts. There's yours, theirs, and then there's the real. So there's this middle spot in here. And if we don't talk well enough, then jealousy does come out. If we're not talking to our partners well enough, then jealousy does come out. Like, and when you manifest this and when you've got your magic and people may be looking at the partnership that you've got going on in here, this dedication inside of here, and being a bit jelly of it. So you might find that this magic around you, people are sort of, might be a little bit of conjecture and that sort of stuff, but it really is sort of getting to the heart of the matter. It's really really important to talk about these things at the time and when they come up. Don't be surprised if there's somebody else. In the partnership realm, this is really talking about three people. If there is somebody from the outside, you might want to get to the heart of the matter of that and talk to somebody about it, but it could be that there's also somebody from the outside jealous of what you got going on, what you're able to manifest. You've been through a lot to get here. People don't ever see that when you actually succeed. I don't see all the failures to get there. All right, not failures, but the lessons. All right. So I've had to angle these in because when I get to the end of this, you can't see these last cards. Which is funny seeing that this is where the last card goes. So this is our self-love card. What have we got for the water peeps for self-love for November? Water peeps, self-love for November. Water peeps, self-love for November. There it is. There's the card. The green man. Look at this power down here in the corner there. That essence of power in there. He's fertile. He's strong. He's taking control. So this is where, you know, where the shaman might be magic. This is where we really take it, and we take it to the earthly plane. So there is a strong, earthy, loving energy that you can't, this is not just magic. You can actually bring this into a very fertile place in your life where you take the power inside of this. We've got the power, the fire sign king in the middle of this is showing us that, you know, this is a very powerful, fertile, passionate expression. This is a really sexy reading. So you will have to maybe battle what other people say and get to the heart of matter. You might be jealous of something else. Like, really, you can manifest whatever you want from this position. This is a real, between these two cards being the shaman and the green man, you can really take a hold of what you really want to possess inside of this month. November is a great month, obviously, for our water peeps. You're in one of your water elements. Happy birthday again for our Scorpios. I really hope that this resonates for you. I'm also going to be doing some Halloween reads, and I do some other stuff we've talked. So I really hope this resonates with you. Hit like and subscribe. I hope that November is great for you. It seems like there's a lot of love going around in this reading, and that you're able to dream a bit from it. You've got a real power to be able to manifest. I'm going to show you one more line just for the fun of this, because I love it when we look at these readings together. So I'm just going to go. It says, our endurance of what you've been through, your spark of life, inside of here for you to dream and manifest onto the earthly plane. Water peeps, I love how that works for you. So again, I really hope you like this, and I will catch you on the flip side. Mahalo. See ya.